Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be going through the 3 things I look for to get into a profitable trade. I truly believe this is going to help you create an actual rule-based system for yourself, which in turn is going to help you create long-term profitability. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end so you're sure you won't miss out on anything. Alright, so when we look at the charts, we have these 3 rules. First, we want to determine our overall trend, and you ask yourself, like, is it bullish or is it bearish? Is price in an initiation phase or in a pullback phase? And when you have determined overall trend, we go to the lower time frames and we look for supply and demand order blocks that match our criteria. So for me, for an order block to be valid, it needs to match these 4 rules. You ask yourself, does it break structure or change character in line with trend? Does a large volume of orders come out of it? Is it in premium or discount? And does it take liquidity or does it have opposing liquidity to take? And then when that supply zone matches these rules, we can now look for a lower time frame confirmation to take our entry from. And if you want a more in-depth explanation of how to find valid order blocks, you can check out the video on the top right. To summarize everything, I drew a textbook example of what we want to see before we're getting into a trade. So first of all, we determine higher time frame trend, order flow. We see that price is making a series of lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. So we are bearish and we're looking for sells. Then we want to find supply or demand order blocks that match our criteria. So I've obviously drawn out a very textbook example. It doesn't look like this every time, but this is what we want to see happen. You ask yourself, does it break structure or change character in line with trend? Yes, it makes a break of structure to the downside. Does a large volume of orders come out of it? So you can see this by in this range right here, you want to see imbalance or aggression coming from your supply or demand zone. And this is because we know in that way that price has created big orders into the market from here, and that smart money is gotten involved. You ask yourself, is it in premium or in discount? You can measure that by taking out your GAN box and see if it is either above or below the 50%. So now we're looking for sells. So we're looking, is it in premium? Yes, it's in a very premium price area. And you ask yourself, does it take out liquidity or have opposing liquidity to take? Well, mention that it says or and not and. So it has to be either one. It can also be both, but either one is okay. So we see that it takes out liquidity and it has built opposing liquidity to take beneath our supply zone. So when it matches these criteria, what we look for now is for price to come into our supply zone, make a high, a higher low, a higher high, and then a lower low. So when price comes into your supply and it makes a lower low, it means that price failed to break this high, and we're now expecting a lower high, right? So this is where we put our entry, and we can either target this low or this low, completely depending on how long you're willing to let the trade run. So now that I've shown you the 3 rules and what we're looking for, I'm going to take it into the charts and show you a real market example. So first off, we want to determine higher time frame trend. Well, when we look at this example on AUD/USD, it's very clear that we're in a bullish price cycle because price is making a series of lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and so on and so on and so on. We're also asking ourselves the question, is price in a pullback phase or an initiation phase? So it makes an initiation, a pullback, initiation, pullback, initiation, pullback, and we're right now in an initiation phase. So we expect this low right here to be taken out. Then when we've determined higher time frame trend, we zoom in and we look for supply or demand order blocks that match our criteria. I always like to go to the 1 hour. So when we zoom in, we now take our criteria and we look for an order block that matches these 4 rules. So when we look, to me it's already very clear because I took this trade. We have this supply zone right here. The reason it is valid, we ask ourselves, does it break structure or change character in line with trend? Yes, it does. It makes a break of structure to the downside. And does a large volume of orders come out of it? yes, we see that this price is very imbalanced. So smart money has gotten involved already. We ask, does it take out liquidity or have opposing liquidity to take? Yes, it has both. We see right here, price takes out these relative equal highs, and it has built this opposing liquidity, this trendline liquidity to take. So now that it matches all our 4 rules, we can look for a lower time frame confirmation. So for this example, we see that this candle has a very large body, and I like to measure the 50% of the body and see if price can come into this and see if we can take a confirmation entry from there, because that's typically where price will mitigate into. So when we let price play, we see it liquidates these equal highs into our supply zone. Liquidation. Then we can go to the 5-minute and determine our structure on the lower time frames. We see price is making a series of lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And we're now looking for a lower low, which price does with a very, very big initiation. So this is our break of structure to the upside. Break of structure. And this is our change of character to the downside, which is now a clear indication the price is ready to sell off furthermore. We see here that price has made like a very perfect supply area for us to take an entry from. So this will be our supply. Put our entry at the low of the supply and our stop loss right above the high right here. Now we can target either this low right here or also this low right here, but I took the trade until this low, so for reality's sake I'll put it right here. Then when we let price play out, we see that it taps us in and it takes out the low and runs straight to our target. So if you find this video informative, I hope you smash that like button and subscribe as well. I hope you go and backtest this for yourself and you will see that it works. So thank you for watching and I see you in the next video. Ciao.